boat life.
Goodbye, Eastern Erie. You were a pleasure. Now time to go to Oswego. It never ceases to amaze me how small I feel going through these locks. The clams or whatever they are on the wall are squirting water. And it's going to be amazing. I already know it. I'm so excited.
Hi, we're Jen, Elliot, and Ollie. In 2019, we left the United States and backpacked through 11 countries, all before deciding to come back home and try something completely new, pivoting into boat life. Our current adventure is America's Great Loop, a 6,000-mile journey through small towns, big cities, and the wilderness from the eastern portion of the United States, through the Great Lakes and Canada, and down the Midwest rivers, all aboard our home on the water, Pivot. Make sure you subscribe as we share our journey through the highs, lows, and everything in between.
Good morning from here in Sylvan Beach, New York. We were gonna film a 4th of July video yesterday, but I just was not feeling well. So I pretty much slept all day, read. Jen cooked an amazing 4th of July dinner. Jen did some reading on the fly bridge, chilled. Today is the 5th and we have our longest day on the Erie Canal yet. And we'll be finishing the Erie today, which is pretty sad. The goal is to go all the way across Lake Oneida, through the Erie, up the Oswego and end in Oswego, New York, which is about 50 miles. 50 miles would not be a problem for us most days, but we have a few locks to do. We need to get fuel, we need to get water, we need to get a pump out, so those things are gonna get in the way. And that is the reason why we are leaving early today. It is just a few minutes prior to 6, and we'll be leaving the dock as soon as Ollie is good. Now this whole wall here in Sylvan Beach is free docking. No utilities, no power, no water. It is insanely close to town. I mean, the whole downtown Sylvan Beach, the amusement park, the beach, everything is just across a small road right here. Just like that, we're off. It's pretty bittersweet to be leaving the Erie Canal today because we have thoroughly enjoyed our time on the Erie. It's been a lot longer than we thought. We've met a couple people even here in Sylvan Beach said they left Waterford 2 days ago, which means they stopped once on the Erie Canal before Sylvan. And I think we stopped 4 or 5 times. I guess to each their own.
Coming into Sylvan Beach from Oneida Lake, there's a jetty, and 2 days ago, water was crashing over this jetty. The lake was very, very wild. I think there was about 15 knots of wind. We were on the leeward side of the lake, and it was not something that I would want to be involved with. So we are very grateful for this very calm weather right now, and very, very calm water right now.
The lake was not so bad. We had following seas the entire time, which we had wind behind us, so that's why that was the case. And so then it gets a little squirrely with following the seas, so navigating and steering was kind of hard. It wasn't the best crossing, but it wasn't bad.
It did make my anxiety kind of flare up a bit, which wasn't like the most fun experience ever. We had, I think, like 1 foot waves, 2 foot period, but in that there's supposed to be like it doesn't follow that formula like every single wave. So some waves were like 2 feet with 2 foot periods, and so it just kind of felt like square seas, which are not the most comfortable. But yeah, I'm just having like a really hard time with my anxiety, and like, yeah, coming from the Erie, which is so enjoyable, relaxing, fun, and nice, and then coming into like our first like larger body of water, it just makes me really anxious today, and then it also makes me anxious for like the Great Lakes and Lake Michigan.
made an oopsies. I put the deck fitting on top of our diesel absorbent pad and then moved it to cover the hole, and it fell right off down the hole into the water. And it's like, well, that sucks. Luckily they have a parts store here, and they have a whole pile of caps. None of them fit, so I have to buy a whole new deck plate for $175. Cha-ching. Make sure you guys are watching out for our expense reports. This will be there. Unexpected. Doesn't fit.
Elliot has tried about 5 different topper connections. None of them are the right size, and none of them feel fully secure. We even tried our port side tank fitting and putting it on our starboard side tank, and that didn't fit either. So I don't even know. But the problem with this is that if we have to replace the entire connection, we're worried about connecting we have to figure out and really think about how are we connecting it not only to the deck, but how are we connecting it to the hose that fills our tank. So boat projects, boat life. Chuck from Rival, the power cat behind us, was very generous to let us borrow his very big magnet that's on a string. And so Elliot is on the dock trying to get the cap that way. We know the cap is stainless steel, it's probably not very magnetic, but we did try it on another cap and it did work on Chuck's cap, so we have hope, so we're just giving it a go.
Well, I was not able to find it, so that's kind of not so bueno. It was pretty good visibility down there, but every time I came up I'd kick up dust, but it was very kind of muddy and there was some debris, so it either hit and rolled or it hit and sunk, and maybe it flipped to where the not shiny side is up, and that's it. So got a new boat project. I'm gonna have to replace that fitting if I can't find a replacement top. So, but there were so many here. There was literally 8 or 9 different options that looked like they would fit, and none of them fit. But I did buy one for 25 bucks that sort of fits, and it's got a big old O-ring on it. And so then I just put that on top, squeezed it as tight as I could do it, and then taped it over. So, boat life.
Bow line is on the boat.
Since it's raining today, we'll be doing all of our locking inside. First up is lock 23, just right outside of Brewerton. It was a fast lock. It was awesome. It wasn't too fast for where I rocked the boat or anything, but it was we were just chatting, and then all of a sudden, oh, doors are open. Off to the next one.
3 feet clear of the wall. We just finished the last lock on the eastern section of the Erie Canal, and it's kind of sad. We really enjoyed the eastern side, and what we've been told was that we would also really enjoy the western side. Probably enjoy it more, but we're not going that way. And yeah, I'm kind of sad. The Erie treated us well.
Lunch today is leftovers from yesterday, the 4th of July, where Jennifer made, I didn't do anything, I was sick, I was just sleeping, so Jennifer made homemade black bean burger, 2 salads, a corn and black bean salad, and then a watermelon and feta salad. Both really good. The corn and black bean is spicy, and then the watermelon and feta and mint is really refreshing, and then the black bean burger is delicious. Thanks, Ollie.
Good girl,
Get it.
good girl.
Get it, some more. We've officially come to the end of the Erie Canal. Very bittersweet. We are turning to starboard, which is north, which we haven't gone north for a little while. The Erie has been really nice, really fun. If anybody is thinking about cruising up here, I highly recommend it. Very safe cruising, lots of docking options, good food, nice people, and just a unique experience. 10 out of 10. If you take a left here and go off to port, you're going to take the Erie Canal all the way to Lake Erie in Buffalo, New York, which is another route that you can take on the loop.
Goodbye, Eastern Erie. You were a pleasure. Now time to go to Oswego. So I'm interested in seeing if the lock is similar. I imagine it is because it is still part of the New York State Canal System locks. But yeah, interesting that we're going a new direction and interesting that we're going through a new canal.
Now, since there's a cable at this lock, I'm not really doing much. It's a one-man operation, or one-woman operation. Jen's handling it. And then the tender mentioned to us that there's a bridge right after this lock. So he said he's gonna open the doors and then raise the bridge. So we're gonna wait until he raises the bridge. So it's nice. It's like a one-man show.
Very rainy day. It's been raining off and on all day, primarily in the afternoon.
We're coming up on our second lock. 02. This was the first lock tender that we did not hail. He had the green light as we were approaching, or she actually, we haven't met the lock tender yet, but they had the green light when we approached. So we just entered and they've already shut the back gates and they're letting us through the lock. So the very kind lock tender here just told us that he is also tending lock 3. So after he lets us through 2, he's gonna go to 3 and let us through there. And then he said that the locks after that close at 5 p.m. So he didn't think we were gonna make it. I don't really think we're gonna make it either because we're not gonna get through the next lock in a half an hour, which will put us like 4:15. So we'll see. He said there is a place to tie up though, so that's good. Just diesel today at Winter Harbor Marina. It was a great rate, amazing service too. They were great. It just was not the fastest. It was literally trickling through. I think it took 2 hours to fill up diesel. And then of course I went for the swim. That was another 20 minutes, so. That's kind of the locks. I think for us at least, I can't speak for other people, but for us, the locks have taken us a lot longer than we thought. Like, we're not able to do as many miles, which I'm sure is the case for most people. But I feel like most people do this leg. Brewerton to Oswego.
It has started to rain a bit more than what it was before. So locking outside is...
You feel like you're in Scotland or Ireland?
No, I don't.
Close your eyes and do a twist.
I still think I'm in upstate New York.
This is our solution for our diesel cover. We're really worried about getting water in our diesel tanks, but we literally don't have a choice. So we have it covered with tape, with rags, and with a topper. The actual cap, I bought another cap, so it's like kind of in there with an O-ring. So, you know, hopefully there's no water coming in. It's just kind of is what it is. I have to order a replacement part. And of course it happens on a rainy day. Of course.
It never ceases to amaze me how small I feel going through these locks. Like once the water is completely lowered and you see how large and massive these doors are, it is just so humbling and grounding to think that I am so small and that so much water has been pumped through and pumped in and out of these chambers. It's pretty incredible.
Been trying to do a little bit of practice with docking without using the bow thruster, just in preparations for it to fail, like it did in Kent Narrows. And that's 2 locks in a row that it worked well, but getting off the wall is still kind of hard for me. So I gotta practice that some more. I gotta practice it all. Always a student. Fashion, folks. Forget wallpaper. Have Erie Canal green. Actually, Oswego Canal green. We're not in the Erie anymore. You're not holding up your end of the bargain. You should be pushing off against the wall.
The clams or whatever they are on the wall are squirting, I presume, water. I really don't know. Look at them all.
Don't squirt on my camera.
Challenge accepted.
We're turning the corner, turning the page, and every single second with you feels like a party to me. We kissed yesterday goodbye and get higher, 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 higher. My mind, now you're floating, baby, levitate. My mind, see you shaking, baby, percolate. My mind, you're a gold mine, won't you rush my way? My way. Turning the corner, turning the page, and every single second with you feels like a party to me. We kissed yesterday goodbye and get higher, 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 higher.
Our ETA on avionics put us at like 10 till getting to this lock, and I don't think that they're gonna let us through with 10 till because they're off at 5. So we need to be through the lock, and then they have to do their closing procedures by the time that is. So that ain't gonna work. So we're gonna pull off just before that in the town of Mittens. Is that right? Pull off just south of there. But there is a lock wall, but there's also a little park in the town of Minedo. So we're gonna dock pivot, end our day. It's been almost 11 hours since we left. We left at right around 6 a.m. and it's 5 p.m. So we spent a lot of time at that marina, and that really kind of killed our even making it here on time. But we topped up our fuel tanks, and we added 1 boat project to the list, so that's not good. But everything else is good. Good job, Ollie. Wow. Just kidding. Good job, Ben. We've made it to Minedo. Established in 1916, our destination for the evening. This is great.
Dinner.
Hallelujah. Looks like we got some black bean tacos with some sriracha mayo, some mango, some avocado,
Pickled onions.
Pickled onions, some, what is this, peppers?
Uh-huh.
Jalapeno?
Uh-huh.
Jalapeno, some tomatoes, some cojita cheese. We eating good tonight. Thanks, babe.
You're welcome.
Love you.
Love you. One of the great things about this dock in Minetto is there's free bathrooms and showers and trash receptacles, but there's free showers, and I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity and I'm going to take a no limit hot shower here. And it's going to be amazing. I already know it. I'm so excited. Although it is free, the town does request a donation for using the facilities here. Felt so good. Although Elliot did say the shower, when he tested the water, when he just like walked around real fast, was hot, and it was not hot. It was definitely warm. I'm grateful for a warm shower, but just want to clarify that, set expectations accordingly. But now back to the boat, back to pivot.
But anyway, that's it for us today. Tomorrow we're gonna have a short cruise. We just need to get up to Oswego, basically, staging our trip across Lake Ontario, and we are very, very, very specific on what kind of weather we're gonna be okay with to cross the lake. And tentatively, Thursday and Friday looks really good, which is not tomorrow, but the day after, and then the day after that. So we'll see how it goes. I just ordered the replacement fitting for the deck, and the good thing is that on Amazon it was a lot cheaper. I think it was like $30 versus the $175 for the one in the marina, so that's a good thing. Hopefully everything works out with it. I measured it and it's very similar size. The outside fitting is a little bit smaller. It's a few millimeters smaller, so we'll see what that causes a problem or not, but we'll get it fixed before we go to Canada. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow. That's what old Aristotle and Plato said. Why use the bow thruster when you have fenders? Ollie, this is where you're gonna poop tonight. Woo, woo, woo.